Richmond Dinh, I'm so excited that we're going to continue working together. And I wanted to kind of ask you a few questions. We just worked together for 90 days and we ran some challenges together. So can we talk about where were you before you hired me to help you with your strategy, with your challenges? Let's talk about that first. Tell me where you were.
Very cool, very cool. We had a few problems with our challenges before I started working with you, Tracey. And I think at the time we had run 23 challenges in a row. So done pretty well with challenges. The biggest problem we were facing, because we started running ads to challenges, we've been organic up to that point, but the show up rates turning to your challenge, because we know that once people show up, then they're going to be more likely to buy.
Yes.
And so our show up rate was 1 to 2%. And we tried various means to troubleshoot it through text reminders, more emails, more content being shown them, reminder ads,
Yeah.
so many things, even like putting them in the Facebook group and stuff like that, but just couldn't crack it.
None of that
Just
worked.
couldn't crack it. Yeah. And then going to the bots with you guys, holy crap, like we set a KPI for 5%. Like I said, if you can bring us to 5%, that will make all the difference, because then we're about to almost like triple our show rate. But then we got it to 10%, which is nuts. Like I couldn't believe it.
And we're talking about free people, not people who upgrade to VIP. You're talking about specifically your free signups.
Yes, I want to iterate, like the VIPs who do the VIP package for our challenge. Well, it's like a 99% show rate because they paid for it, right? They're not going to waste their money.
Yeah.
But the free, yeah, it's like, you know, how many people turn up to a webinar these days? Like people say they can get it that much, but not much.
Yeah. And even you said like on day 1, you were at a certain percent, and then you got to like day 2 and even day 3 had more people. Like, tell me about that.
Yeah. The second problem we were facing is not only did we have a low show up, even if we had a good month, and a good month was like a 3% show up rate, for example, it's like, how do we get them to stay for the entire challenge? Because they may show up to call number 1, and then from call number 1, you get a massive decline. And then by the 10th day, we've got like, let's just say we started with 100. By day 10, we only got like maybe 45, 50 if we were lucky, right?
Yeah.
And it was decline.
Tell them what we did. What do we do to fix it?
We created the Coach Santa, the messenger bot for it. We made it fun. We basically created an automated relationship with them through Messenger. That's how I see it, because right now conversations are the new lead, and having that conversation in Messenger, even though it is a bot, but it feels like it's real because the stuff we did inside to make it more personalized.
But they know it's not real. We don't tell them it's a person. They know they're talking to a bot.
Yeah, they do. They do. But it's fun. They love the contest. They love everything that goes on in it. And it's the way they like to be communicated to right now. Like no one opens emails. No one gets a notification on Facebook because they got 1,000 notifications, but Messenger, people do check, and they check more than text message, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And so having that daily and having the engagement daily and have them immersed in that daily, the show up rate to our calls, like we just finished off a challenge and the show up rate was increasing every day. I'm like, well, how the hell is this even happening? Like it was crazy.
So
like where were these guys the first day? So, we were on day 4 today of our challenge, and day 1 we had 75, then we had 80, then we had 85. Today we had like 86 or 87 or something. It was just going up, and it's never happened before. We were happy with stay consistent, but it's kind of gone the other way.
Yeah, it's so exciting. And so just consulting you on like the ads and adding Messenger ads, you know, getting people back into Messenger after they sign up. You know, with the FAQ, we do like this FAQ flow where it's frequently asked questions about your offer, you know, being able to get more and more people over to the offer, getting them through the challenge, you know, that's a big piece of it too.
It is. I will say this one thing, you know, these days people, having the FAQ flow has been a game changer for that, and having the bot there, because these days people value convenience. And what does that mean? It means that when people send a message, they want an instant reply. And before then, it was like my team replying. Sometimes I'll jump in, or sometimes like we have a human element, and they're not available 24/7. They're just not, even though our team is from overseas and we try to cater for all time zones. But imagine you could get a reply in an instant every time you hashtag something for an FAQ. Like that's crazy, rather than waiting 6 hours and they're gone. So
Right.
that convenience factor
Sure.
is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, well, and just like the retargeting ads, a lot of times people do run retargeting ads and they get people back to the funnel. One thing that I've noticed is like if you go to a funnel and you're looking at it, you're reading about the offer, and you're not like you're confused about something or a button doesn't work, you bounce. Like that's it. You leave. And so as a coach yourself, you don't necessarily know why they left or what happened. But if you're sending them into Messenger and the first message is, hey, we'd love to have a conversation with you. You can book a call with our team, which is a sales call, and they know that. Or you can swipe through these FAQs and answer your questions. We can see what questions people are clicking on and we can optimize that. And even this last challenge, we looked at those and we saw, okay, nobody's clicking on these questions. They're all asking these questions. And like, a big one is like, are we going to get access to the replays? When are the coach? Like those are things that people are asking. So you're also getting that valuable feedback so that when you're selling next time, you know what to sell. You know what to talk about.
That's been a game changer, which I'll be honest, we haven't even utilized yet, which is like the crazy part about this. Seeing who's clicking, knowing who it is that's clicking, because on a landing page, you don't know who's clicking. You know how many clicks, but you don't know who. And so in Messenger, you see who's doing it. So I don't know if anyone's watching this, but they're like, uh-oh, I've been found out. But you get that data.
We want to serve you better, right? So it's like if somebody clicked to go to the sales page, we can see like the list of names. And then, we can actually go back to those people in the comments on the Facebook group or wherever and just like, be like, hey, I thought maybe you might be interested. And maybe they were just waiting for someone to give them attention. Whereas a lot of times people go, well, I don't know if I want to buy this like $3,000-$4,000 thing, like 5,000, whatever it is. Like, they're like, do they really care about me? And then you reach out, they're like, wow, like it's really white glove service. And so I think it's service, and I think it is ethical for them to know, for us to know who we're talking to and who's doing what.
Yeah, it's not unethical. I mean, they're giving us permission to chat to them via that method. I mean, they can't do that. We're not spamming them, so which is really cool. Like they are actually opting in for this, so they want it. They want to be communicated to. That's a beautiful thing.
That is a huge differentiator, because a lot of people stopped using chatbots back in 2019 when they changed the rule. They said, okay, 24-hour rule. Like you can't message anybody outside this 24-hour window. And so a lot of marketers were like, forget this. I'm not doing chatbots anymore. I've been doing them since 2018. I didn't stop in 2019. Like we continued, and we just figured out ways to get around that. And one of them is through using NTN, which is a new feature. It just came out this year for people to be able to send out messages outside of the 24-hour window, but it's only for people who asked for them. So we're not getting you're not getting your page blocked, your ad account shut down. You're not getting people saying it's spam because they said, hey, message me. I want to be reminded. I want the homework from the challenge,
Yep, agree. And I believe this is the future of communication. Like Facebook wants people to use Messenger as their primary source of communication. Maybe that and WhatsApp. I don't know. They own
WhatsApp. They own WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So in other countries, like you can actually set up a bot on WhatsApp and Instagram. It's all the same.
Exactly. It's a future of communication. So text messages I don't text message anymore. I don't know about people here, but it's a dying trend. It's like trying to advertise on radio. You just don't do that. So that's a new trend of communication, and it's the way to go. It's the way to go. Better than, you still get the email too. That's a benefit too. Like you still get the email.
Yeah.
But you just get to communicate with them better.
Right. So let me ask you about, because we talked about the tool, we talked about like the strategy, but what's it been like, if I can ask, what's it been like working with me, Tracey? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Tracey, you over deliver. You are very switched on. I think one of the biggest values I get from you is you're not afraid to suggest things and coach, I guess, if I could call it that word. Because I think one thing that most, I don't know if you would call yourself a coach or a mentor or a
consultant,
consultant, is, I find a lot of consultants they're afraid to be suggestive of silly ideas. And I know that when we have a call together or we get together, like you're just like, what about this? What about this? And I love all that. And I don't need to follow all the ideas, but I just need that one thing from that call that's going to make a big difference. And every call we have, it's like, I love that idea. I'm going to implement it. I love that. I love that one. And every single one has been a huge game changer for us. Like just that one small hinge that's opened a big door.
Oh,
So that's one thing I love about you. The second
feels
thing
so
is
good to hear this. I'm like fishing for compliments, but thank you.
no, it's the truth. It's the truth. The second thing is you have some very incredible clients elsewhere as well, which means you're bringing in the smarts, not just from your experience, but from other people's experience too. So I teach this all the time. I mean, it's all about who you spend time with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's got the eighth one. It's proximity. It takes a village to raise a child, and so we're not just learning from you. Like we're learning from all
My
your
clients.
other successful clients. Which
Yeah,
is
the
cool.
experience we've gained through working with various 7 and 8 figure brands. Yeah.
Yep. That's invaluable. Yeah.
Cool. That's exciting. Well, I'm so excited to work with you. You guys, if anyone's watching this, you guys need to follow Richmond Dinh, because while I handle like paid traffic and chatbots, he is like the organic marketing genius. Like if you're a coach and you want to learn how to like grow your business without having to do paid traffic, like don't hire me yet. Go to him first, learn how to grow your business organically first. And he's going to help you learn how to get your first like 10K, 20K, how many Ks? You have lots of people doing 100K as a coach without any paid traffic, and then you'll be ready to come over to actually scale even bigger than that. So definitely give Richmond a follow. Thank you so much for all your kind words. Appreciate it. Look forward to
Appreciate the shout out. Thanks, Tracey.